Umazawa's Jite and Pernicious Deed. If he sees one of those, he can win.
Right. Those are huge cards against Riley's deck. Otherwise, I think Riley's deck is just too efficient. Can develop
doesn't
too well.
really care about Baleful Strixes at all. It's very possible that Kevin's deck could create like a Shardless Agent Tarmogoyf, almost, these draws I think of like modern Jund having, where it's just like kill your guy, make a Tarmogoyf, kill your other guy, Cascade, crash in for 1,000,000 damage really fast. But that doesn't seem like the norm for his deck. That just seems like a very outlier draw.
Yeah. And like the norm is that Riley doesn't like his natural orders are always good.
Yeah. Always gonna resolve. Always gonna Crater Hoof you. Always gonna Regal Force. Post wars were things will get interesting, but we'll have to wait on that.
Yeah, it seems like the same, different matchup, same story for Kevin Gerhart's deck. Yeah. Although the first match we featured with him, he's just like, oh well, it looks like he's pre-boarded.
Yep, and that's what he did in the top 8 as well. So
yeah,
worth noting, these were both the people we picked as the underdogs in their matches, and they both easily 2-0'd.
Right. Well, I wouldn't call it. Yeah. The naturally, I don't say the game 1 was easy. Game 2 was pretty easy for Kevin.
Well, it looked easy because when him hits, it doesn't look like he put any effort into it.
Okay. Kevin made it look easy with his excellent hymn selection skills.
Very, very important skill in current Legacy.
Yeah. No, I've been I've seen, this is not going to be the third match seeing Kevin play. I've been impressed with his play.
Yeah.
He's definitely a big fan of value.
He is.
Wanting to win the long game over anything.
Yeah.
Like, he's not. He wants to dominate a game he wins, but he's been very good at getting himself into a dominating position.
I mean, he is someone who is. I'm pretty sure he's seen his fair share of finishes.
Okay.
I don't know necessarily top 8 versus top 16, but I see his name around a lot when looking at standings. I don't know. He's Midwest somewhere, which all feels like the same. Likely, because considering we're in the Midwest.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan J was here, so who knows?
All right. So Nettle Sentinel leads things off for Riley. Getting a Bayou, interestingly. Kevin does have Wastelands, but maybe Riley just wants to get his. He has 2 Bayous, 1 Forest, 1 Savannah, as lands he reasonably can fetch.
It's kind of interesting for game 1 because he doesn't really have anything to use the black mana on. It's not like instants in Riley's. Yeah, but the instants in Riley's graveyard aren't, or in Kevin's graveyard aren't important.
Oh wow, is he gonna try and make a couple extra mana over here?
Oh wow. We have a mini combo off.
Tapping Heritage Druid for 3 mana on turn 2 feels dirty.
2 Nettle Sentinels. Oh wow. I'm just gonna play my hand. Is this good?
I don't think Riley's done.
Yeah. Yeah, Kevin Gerhart actually. Oh, he did not win the finals. He lost in the finals of an Open last year.
Okay.
Yeah, Detroit.
Okay, nice. So
yep. He beat Christopher Anderson in the top 4 of that to proceed to the finals to lose to Blue-Black Zombies there. Oh. And now he's showing his prowess in the other format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Open,
yeah, but
is Riley gonna go Hellbent on turn 2 here?
No. There are cards in his hand. Oh, him.
For now.
It's okay.
Abrupt Decay. Kevin just didn't probably just
announcing it as he's playing his cards. Yeah. I mean, it's not like Riley's cards are actually good.
Nope. Don't untap that Nettle Sentinel. Yep,
hang on.
Come on, Riley.
Ooh, that is a good draw.
Not a bad draw.
Yeah.
I feel like this Misty Rainforest, I wonder how much the beatdown plan can actually
quite a bit, I
prosper. So maybe like a Dryad Arbor.
Yeah.
Could have gotten.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Just a suicide in. But
Gotta
this
damage.
Elvish Visionary is going to untap this Nettle Sentinel to allow an attack for 4, and I believe that's another...
For 6.
Yeah, attack for 6. Apologies.
He's not even going to suicide it with the Dryad Arbor because he can bounce it with the Curran Ranger to save it.
Yeah, that's even better.
Good point. I did not think about that.
No, they drew a second Gaia's Cradle.
He had that before.
Okay.
Probably drew another land.
Drew a fetch land.
3. Shardless Agent.
This shuts down a lot of...
these attacks?
Yeah. Death Ray Shaman.
Probably the best thing for Riley, at least.
Yes.
Yeah, worst thing for Kevin. Would you like to cut my 3 cards? I only ever offer the cut when it's 1 card.
If I can draw a spell.
Is that another? It's a green. Oh, jeez. This could be the big turn.
Alright, so
2, 3, 4, 5.
5 Crater Behemoth game.
Oof. I think he's 1 short.
1.
Yep.
So yeah, he's 1 short of Behemoth.
I think you just Regal Force here.
Yeah, I can't imagine being.
Yeah, I just get greedy. Want to wait with 2 cards in my hand against a him deck.
Yeah.
I've noticed this elf list seems like it stalls out a little more than the other ones.
Yeah, because it doesn't have. Just drawing more like natural order, crop rotation,
more
explosive cards, but they aren't sustaining cards.
Yeah, it looks very similar. Just don't trying to figure out why it stalls out more. Just kind of weird.
That's what stalls out when you don't draw Glimpses of Nature all that often.
Yeah, it could just be variance.
Yeah.
Curran
this looks like every game I've ever played with this deck.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not my... Draws the Crater Hook Behemoth.
Yep. So we're looking at a full grip. Yep. Drop my hand on turn 2. Draw my hand on turn 4.
Let's see. Nettle Sentinels can attack.
Yeah, they don't want to. Why would I attack with them? I can tap them for mana later or do really cool things.
Well...
I guess Kevin could have a Pernicious Deed.
Yeah, Riley wants to battle.
Yeah. Okay. Shardless Agent takes 1 of them down. Let's see.
Yeah, I think
Do we have the deed? Does not look like it. Actually, even if we do, we might just die. Blow the deed, blow up our creatures, take 5, go to 5. Riley laying his hand out for the presumed him to rock.
Yeah.
Wasteland the Cradle.
It's another Cradle on him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not awkward for him.
Yeah. So, I'm turning on Riley's second Cradle. I believe this is just very easily play second Cradle, play Crater Hook Behemoth.
Riley, what are you doing?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, okay.
Getting out of control over here.
This reminds me of Legacy Detroit, where Caleb Durwood was hard locked by a glacial chasm and was spending time just like, yep, I'm gonna combo out.
Yeah, morphing, returning.
Yeah. Making Len Jones work for his money. Glenn Jones, nowhere to be seen.
Alright, some creatures coming down.
More creatures. Green Sun Zenith for...
Riley just loves comboing off.
Yeah.
Gotta be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like we said last match, we put these cards in our deck because we came to play this game.
Yeah. He could very easily just cast his Crater Hoof.
Yeah, just land.
It's like, no, I love comboing.
This is... yeah, sure. We'll untap and we'll make some mana. I was gonna say I'm waiting for him to get punished by like an abrupt decay on his guy. I just realized his guy is a Regal Force.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like, yep, I'll attack with the 70 power Regal Force.
So basically, Riley still has his land drop. He's gonna play a bunch of really fun elves.
sinking back into my chair so I can get a better viewpoint. So, yeah.
Riley doing things, casting elves all over the table. Gonna play his land, gonna play his hoof.
Oh, he did that a little early, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like he could have kept going.
Yeah. Riley, that's all you had?
Didn't want to do more?
Alright, let the games begin.
Trivia first.
Let the other games begin.
Oh, yes. So
I've got a question. We get to give away a full year of premium.
Oh, yeah.
You just saw Riley Curran going off with his elf deck.
Right.
Drawing lots of cards.
Right.
Eventually accumulating in a Crater Hoof Behemoth field attack.
Correct.
We've talked about the card. What is the main card drawing engine of the elf deck? It is a 1-mana green sorcery.
Yeah.
What card? We saw it in game 1.
Yeah.
What card did Riley use to combo off in game 1?
Gosh, I remember the day that card went from like bulk box rare.
Oh yeah, it was so bad.
At the pre-release for that set, I traded one of those for like a cranial extraction. I was so happy. It's like, yeah, I got so much value. And then like years later, they're just like reversing price. I'm just like,
yeah,
whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So your answer is, so you want to take this former junk rare. Tweet your answers to SCG Premium. Hashtag.
Yeah.
And then we will pick somebody that correctly answered at random, and they will win a full year of SCG Premium.
Yeah, if you don't include that hashtag SCG Premium, we will not find it.
Yeah, that's how we find it. So yeah, the games of the finals begin as well.
So, Force of Will in or out? That's the big question, I think.
Given Kevin's saying, I think I like out.
I'm with you. Thoughtseize in or out?
I do like Thoughtseize.
Okay. Duress in or
No,
out?
out.
Duress out. Okay.
Engineered Plague in or out?
Golgari Charm in.
Yes.
So 6 cards to bring in.
Mm-hmm.
I count 4 Baleful Strixes that do absolutely nothing.
Get out.
Yeah, they cycle and then they don't really block. If you stall the board, the elf deck will just find another way to win. I could see boarding out
some hymns or some Jaces, maybe?
I like hymns.
Okay, you like hymns?
I could see boarding out a Jace and a Vision, maybe.
Okay, you don't like Vision as much?
Yeah, I could see Vision being pretty bad here.
Okay.
Not like bad, but just not good.
Yeah.
I mean, this game is just going to come down to you casting your hate spell and then the elf player dying to your hate spell.
I mean, I feel like Kevin can live long enough to fire off a Vision. And
to find the hate spell?
Yeah, to find...
It's possible.
Yeah, the hate spells being the 3 Engineered Plagues and potentially the 1 Golgari Charm.
And definitely the 1 Pernicious Deed and the Umezawa's Jite.
Oh yeah, those are the 2 main deck hate cards.
Yeah.
From Riley's side, I think Riley still maintains his advantage, but in a different sense. He brings in his other Natural Order and his Progenitus.
Yeah, they're no outs.
No outs to Progenitus in play.
That actually might be a reason to bring Force of Will.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. So without access to each other's list, I don't think if I'm Kevin, I bring in Force of Will, but with access.
Especially because if without access,
you
kind of seen Natural Order game 1.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's like this mini sub game where like he might not, maybe he does have to bring in Force of Will.
Yeah.
Maybe he has to bring in Duress.
Ooh.
Like Duress actually has 12 pretty solid targets, 4 Glimpse of Nature, 4 Green Sun Zenith, 4 Natural Orders.
Yeah. And 1 not so solid targeting crop.
Right.
Do you bring in Cabal Therapy as Riley?
If I'm Riley, I would check to see if Kevin has, like, see what kind of Natural Order sub games you can play. Like, also Cabal Therapy is pretty sweet when you know your opponent's deck list.
It's also pretty good against Engineer Plague.
Yeah. So I think I bring it in.
What about Abrupt Decay?
No.
No? Not even for an out to Engineer Plague?
No, I think your out to Engineered Plague is Deathrite Shaman or Dryad Arbor into Natural Order.
Okay.
I think that would be my out. I hate bringing in anti-Kate cards when I don't have to.
Does kill Tarmogoyf? which if you kill a Goyf, it seems like
kills
Kevin's gonna
kills a GT. So
Yeah,
I mean,
could
it
see
could
the
have
one.
Yeah, it could have some applications. I would not be surprised if Riley. I don't think
Yeah.
it's terrible.
I'm with you though.
Just it's not my
generally-
style.
Yeah, like
I don't
Riley
think
is
you can
sort
bring
of.
in both Cabal Therapy and Abrupt Decay without severely weakening your
Yeah,
engine.
I don't want to say Riley's the aggressor, but he's sort of the proactive deck.
Yeah, he is absolutely
He's
the proactive
definitely the
deck.
proactive deck, and I hate boarding in like conditional answers and proactive decks. I learned my lesson trying to board in Wismares to beat Bitter Blossoms once,
Yeah.
and never again.
Yeah.
You just you draw your Abrupt Decays, and your opponent's just like him you. Cast my Abrupt Decay, cast my Shardless Agent. You got an Abrupt Decay in your hand. That doesn't kill me. That doesn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, other than that, like, definitely only see the remainder of Riley's sideboard is just like bullets that aren't for this. There's Gaddock T Scavengers, Verdant Shaman, Mindbreak Traps, Mortar Pod, none of which Riley's interested in.
Correct. Yeah. Scavenging Use has absolutely no real value. Gaddock T shuts off his own big game plan.
Gaddock Teague is a pure hate card for something like
Storm.
Alright, so Quirion Ranger from Riley.
Matching a Deathrite Shaman from Kevin. It's possible that Kevin had his own, or Riley had his own Deathrite, but couldn't play it because he didn't want to just match and get behind on that.
Well, if you don't match, then you just concede that Kevin's is full powered.
Sure.
And a lot of times in this game where if Kevin wants to use his Deathrite Shaman to make a mana, well, then he has to allow Riley's Deathrite Shaman to make a mana.
Okay, that's fair.
So it's like something to draw.
There is a trade-off.
Yeah, I would absolutely
Fetch to Bayou, but we have the Quirion Ranger to save it.
Wasteland, yes.
Yeah, that's one of the, Chris Anderson was mentioning, that was one of the reasons to have 4 of that card, is that because of the Deathrite, you have to play more fetches. Because you play more fetches, you can't have as many basics. Because you can't have as many basics, every land counts, and you want to be able to bounce with Quirion Ranger.
Right. So if Kevin were to play a Wasteland, Riley would simply use his Quirion Ranger, return his force to his hand, untap, who cares? Untap his own Quirion Ranger.
You kind of kill the lane, but it's still a card that I'm on.
Yeah, I mean, they both miss a land. Basically, Kevin uses his land drop in Wasteland.
Yep.
Riley undoes his land drop, but Riley still has his land in his hand, where Kevin's land is in his graveyard.
Correct.
But none of that game.
Battlefield. Fetch.
We might see a Tarmogoyf, a Hymn to Turok, something that'll likely cost 2 mana, is my guess. Maybe just pass with Deathrite Shaman.
Leaving out Abrupt Decay or something similar.
Yeah, or just being able to drain for 2.
Yeah, probably the least productive play on Kevin's side.
Oh yeah, for sure. Kevin would much rather spend 2 mana this turn if he has something to spend 2 mana on.
He has a Abrupt Decay. Yep. I think that's fine. I think if he has a Wasteland that makes it live, which is pretty important. There's definitely better Abrupt Decay targets. There's also worse. Like Quirion Ranger's a very solid card.
Oh well, so
we're gonna Metal Sentinel, Cradle, make a mana, turn that into a Dryad Arbor.
So it clearly shows that Riley does not have an additional land that, unless it's a second Gaia's Cradle.
Really?
Yeah, because you would not play Expose Your Cradle to make 1 mana, in my opinion.
That's fair. Yeah, because you just play your other land and make the same play.
Yes.
Sure.
Especially because, Kevin has Wastelands.
He could also have a land-heavy hand and be wanting to bait Kevin into Wastelanding instead of...
Okay, or he could also actually have 2 Cradles.
Yeah.
That would probably... but my guess is that Riley does not have...
There's a Wasteland?
There's a Windswept Heath that Riley just drew. And Kevin did not play... Oh, yeah, never mind. Kevin played a Wasteland.
And a Tarmogoyf.
Yeah.
Elvish Visionary, Riley up a card. Windswept Heath, Deathrite Shaman. Riley with no real action, but he's creating a board state where anything he draws is going to be live or lethal.
Right. That's the thing about Riley's deck is that he's not going to kill you with one card. He has to build up.
Well, he is going to kill you with one card, but he has to build up in order to get
there. That one card requires a bunch of green creatures in play.
It's kind of an affinity style thing.
Yes.
And that is the Plague. What would we like to name today? Now Sentinel's also another 2-drop that he can play or another 2-power toughness guy that lives through the Plague.
Right.
So Riley only loses one creature to Engineer Plague, which is shockingly good.
Yeah. Okay, so like, actually make Abrupt Decay a reasonable play to turn back on his.
Yep. Looks like Riley's a crop rotation was the second cradle. Or is that?
Well, he drew a second cradle.
Oh, there was an Abrupt Decay too.
Yep, that too.
But let's count something. There's a third cradle in his deck.
Yeah, wow.
So
could he cast Greater Hope Behemoth?
He doesn't want to though. He needs another creature to really want to.
Okay. But he casts Harmonic Sliver.
Blowing up the Engineer Plague, cracking in for 2 damage with this Metal Sentinel. I think I just passed the turn here.
So you want to pass the turn, not play the Cradle.
I guess we have enough mana that we could blow this Cradle, get a crop rotation, wastelanded. That's fine. I was thinking we needed the mana from this Cradle to get to 8. 7, tap the Dried Arbor, 8.
Yeah.
No, you're right, Dried Arbor and the Deathrite.
So
Tarmogoyf crashes in, Riley down to...
Riley actually very close to...
Probably 10 is my guess. It looks like a 5-power Tarmogoyf
Riley
to me.
incredibly close, unless some of Kevin's cards are...
Gonna gain 2 life, exiling this Curran Ranger.
Yeah, and the thing for Riley is gaining life is much better than Kevin losing life.
Yes.
Because when Kevin loses life, he's going to lose it all in the same shot.
Riley just cracks in for 2. Oh, it's tapped. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
2. Green Sun Zenith. Untap Metal Sentinel. Does this resolve? Does. Getting another Sentinel, probably. Maybe a Deathrite. Symbiote. That is an insect. Another creature that lives through a Plague.
Yeah.
This deck is surprisingly resilient to Plague. 5. 4.
Rotation.
Does that resolve? Cradle number 3.
It's a crop rotation, sacking a land. Search my deck for the same land.
Yep. The old guy's Cradle Strike. Printed in consecutive sets.
Yeah.
Crater Hoof Behemoth. Force and blue card.
Wow.
That is...
So now Riley is basically on the
defense. He can fight
he's
some
on the
Deathrite
defense.
challenge.
Yeah.
He can fight some Deathrite fights. He can gain 2 life here. Because Kevin does not have green. He played the second Deathrite, so he does not have green mana to counter that.
Yes.
And Riley can sort of...
He can block with the Nettle Sun. Block the Tarmogoyf with the Nettle Sun or
return
to his hand. Basically, Kevin is going to be using the black ability on Deathrite Shaman.
As his...
And Riley is going to be using the green ability of his Deathrite Shaman.
A shocker. The black deck is playing the black ability. The base green deck is playing the green ability. We'll see who wins. Of course, both I think access to both sides, but...
Right. Yeah, Kevin's...
Jeez, that was a huge force of will right there.
Yeah, I mean, that would have ended this tournament.
Yeah. That would be game, set, match. Kevin's brainstorm here is pretty good. Just gets a fetch line.
Okay.
Didn't want any of my cards. Let's try again.
Let's do good. Kevin debating the merits of even attacking. Is going to. Not sure if I would.
Ties up.
So you can
Wait, this
block.
could just be the spot check. Like, do you know what you're doing? Okay.
Sure. He's going to untap his Deathrite Shaman, and the
gives
Bright
him-
Arbor can make a mana to...
Yeah, Kevin may have responses to this on tap.
I'm not sure I would, but...
No.
So it's like, well, I don't want you gaining 2 life.
Correct.
So I'm going to gain 2 life.
Yeah. Good old Deathrite Shaman fights that I've never participated in.
Really?
Yep. I've yet to play with that card in a anything.
Nice. I mean, I have played it in Standard.
Okay.
Only in the format where it's bad.
I think it's been in my sideboard and I've never brought it in. Because I'm the only person playing those chronic floodings.
Yeah.
Riley with a
Not a
Sentinel, a land.
Verdict
That's the
out.
terms. So Riley 6.
I think what I would have done is
instants
I
away
would
from
have
death.
tried to activate the Shaman
No.
and then return the...
Oh, so you can. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can win the fight over one of the instants.
Well, just keep the graveyard size down.
Yeah. Well.
Because two
Well, if he
Shamans
keeps
against
doing-
one is not great. Even though like Riley gets multiple activations
Yeah.
out of it.
It, will,
But
it
the other
burns
thing,
one of the cards.
yeah, it
There
burns.
are not an unlimited number of Deathrite Shaman activations. It does not black tap. Target player loses 2 life.
Correct.
There is a requirement. Okay. So he's gonna make his move here, which results in him losing 2 life to do that.
And then the other thing is this Tarmogoyf has a potential, like it's like big,
Yeah.
but has the potential of getting smaller
Yes.
as the match wears on.
Oh.
So that makes the Deathrite Shaman activation. That makes the Wirewood Symbiote chump blocking. Turns that off.
Deathrite Shaman's an elf.
Yeah, so he can't both block Tarmogoyf and activate Deathrite Shaman multiple times.
He has
Okay.
to choose
He
one
has
of
to
the
choose
other.
between one until he draws, a non-land card.
Yes. That isn't a 1/1 elf.
Hmm, 1/1 also, and the plague's no longer in play.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
I keep thinking that's in play. It's just been hanging out in the graveyard for so long.
yeah. That'll stay in the graveyard for a while.
Yeah. Deathrite Shaman cannot eat enchantments.
I need planeswalkers.
Cannot eat artifacts. Academy runes to your heart's content. Riley just passes. Tarmogoyf is a enchantment creature land right now. Or enchantment instant land, it looks like. And
Looks like
sorcerer
it.
land. Deathrite Shaman going to eat presumably the him?
Okay, Kevin letting it happen.
Really? Interesting. I don't know if I like that play.
Yeah, I don't understand
I feel
it.
like you need to actually use all of your instants and sorceries.
Yeah.
What did one of the Deathrite Shamans just
A
a third one?
Kevin,
happened. There we go.
Kevin's trying to eat the Riley's. Riley's Deathrite Shaman is clearly chilling in between, on top of the Tarmogoyf.
Okay, there we go. I was
Yeah,
trying to figure out where to
I'm not sure where Kevin's moving all the cards to.
Jedi mind control.
Yeah. Jedi treachery, Jedi control magic.
Yeah, treachery didn't cost mana.
Right.
It didn't generate mana, so not really treachery,
Yeah.
but yeah, a fair and balanced card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so right now we have it seems like a pretty lighthearted match, but there is a judge question.
I found Glenn Jones.
I found him right there. I blame Glenn Jones
Yeah.
for this.
Okay.
We have the head judge taking up his seat. I don't know if there's a head judge, but it's a judge.
Yeah.
I'm a member of the Fine Star City Games staff.
Correct.
He is Going to sort things out here for a second. I'm not sure what the issue is or was or.
But we will see very soon.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Oh.
For. So the hymn should have been exiled earlier? Okay, so the hymn that we just exiled may have already been exiled.
Okay.
Yeah.
And apparently the thing is that there'll be double game rule violations.
Yep, each of them will receive a warning.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So the tracking? Okay, is the upgrade path I thought was warning.
Yes, this happened in our standard
Open in the last round.
Open in the last round yesterday, where a player got a game loss for his third game rule violation. That's where the upgrade path. You can have 2 game rule violations,
and the third
is the game loss. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're gonna continue. Riley draws a glimpse with nature.
Okay.
Deathrite Shaman.
Draws a card off the Deathrite Shaman.
Heritage Druid.
Oh wow, we might see some combo action. Draws a card off Heritage Druid.
It's not a super combo.
Yes, it is, because he has a symbiote in play.
Oh, that's.
Oh wow, symbiote. Riley could just go off, put his deck into play.
It's possible but unlikely.
I think it's very likely. He has 2 cards deeper to go.
Right, basically, but Riley draws like 2 running lanes and he's out of gas.
I think that's less of.
Yeah.
That's more.
You could put a lot of
unlikely.
creatures into play. Yeah.
I think that's very unlikely that he draws absolutely nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Green Sun's
Smith.
That's even better. That's going to find a Elvish Visionary.
Yep.
And that lets the symbiotes
draw even more cards.
Right. When he returns the Visionaries, and he's going to draw 1 from the Glimpse, 1 from the Visionary.
Yep.
He has plenty of mana with his Heritage Druid.
And the Deathrite Shaman, which was cast this turn. Never mind. Yep.
Deathrite Shaman still has Summoning Sickness.
Not really with Heritage Druid. 3.
Right.
So he had 6.
Sure. Why not?
2.
That's another Glimpse with Nature. Holy crap! Riley just.
That's a natural order.
Well, okay. The other card is 2 card hand. It's Glimpse with Nature. So we have all the options.
Yeah. So I don't know how much mana he is floating right now. I feel like that Cradle tapped for 6.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tapped for 3, and he used 5, so he should have 4 floating or something like that. Is that correct?
That would make it 2 floating.
Yep. Draw. Okay, so he's double glimpsed right now.
He's using turning his symbiotes upside down because they're not tapped.
But
he wants to show that they've been used.
Correct.
Because they are once per turn abilities.
Did he draw the Regal Force there?
He may have. Remember, he's already down his.
Okay, so he's 3 glimpses in this turn. Okay, and time to F.
So if Riley has his natural order in his Progenitus in his deck, he can natural order for it.
Correct.
However, I feel like with quite a few cards in his hand, I think
he
Riley's
can probably
just
represent enough power to win unless his opponent has a
Pernicious Deed.
Correct.
Even then, I would probably want to get Progenitus in play if he has it.
Could also lose to Engineer Plague, killing all of the smaller creatures.
Yeah. The Portal Natural Order.
Harmonic Sliver down. Kevin Gerhart.
Kevin Gerhart, instead of extending the hand,
extends the trophy.
Extends the trophy. Riley Curran, your
Legacy Open Champion.
Legacy Open Champion, Elf combo deck.
Kevin Gerhart with his 2nd finals appearance at an Open.
Yeah.